Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Steve Lawrence, Susan Sullivan, and from St. Elsewhere, Howie Mandel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Thank you. You're not going to get any argument from me. Nice crowd. We've had good audiences the past week, and I think it's because we took the applause sign down and put one up that says, "Go ahead, make my day." I just throw that in every so often. Aren't you cute tonight?
You like this?
That's cute.
This is the Dolly Parton model.
What? Oh, I got it. I got it.
Go ahead and say it.
No, I'm not going to say it. No.
I'll say it.
What?
I'll say it.
No, you don't have to say it. I think they got the joke.
Okay.
Maybe the audience didn't get it.
What?
Maybe the audience didn't get it.
I'm not going to do a cheap joke like that. Anyway, Peter LaSalle is at the helm tonight. Our producer, our executive producer, Mr. Fred DeCordova, is at the Bob Hope Desert Classic. I'm sorry, Peter didn't get invited to that one, but on Saturday he's going to tee off on the Tattoo Miniature Golf Open in Pacoima. Maybe I will do that joke. Fred DeCordova got a rude surprise. He found out that this year's Bob Hope Desert Classic is in the Sahara, right outside of Beirut. What, are we buying new equipment or what?
I don't know. This just came in from the Act Rock.
Are they trying to tell us something that we don't know? Are we canceled or something? I mean, all of a sudden the microphone goes out, something falls from the... This has been... What's going on tonight? Something is in the air. This has been a weird week. I've had, practically before every show, silly little old lady has been come up saying the dumbest things to me. Tonight, little old man came up to me. And he said, Johnny, all my wife thinks about is sex. I said, what's wrong with that? He says, that's all she does is think about it. Well, let's see where we can go. Feel like I'm on a treasure hunt for jokes here. Shall we talk about world affairs?
Yes.
How does that? Vote on world affairs. Right. Henry Kissinger is back in the news. His report on, I guess, the Central American Commission was released. Did you hear their recommendation? That we send Central America $8 billion in aid? That's an innovative idea. Send money to people who shoot at us. Good move. Okay, let's try something else. Kissinger said they also found evidence of Soviet influence in Central America. Kissinger is very perceptive. He said they also found a high incidence of Spanish people and bananas. You remember Henry Kissinger from Dynasty? Mr. Kissinger is a brilliant man, but he does have a big ego. And let's be honest. Anytime anybody says good evening, he says thank you. Double-breasted. wasn't going to do that, but when the good stuff doesn't go, you go right to the cheapies. Now, besides the report on Central America that Mr. Kissinger submitted, there was another report turned in last week, or yesterday, the Commission on Hunger in America. And the two reports came in the same day, and the White House got them mixed up. And they sent 10 tons of surplus cheese to El Salvador and a dozen B-1 bombers to Mother Teresa. Okay, did you, how many are familiar with Mr. Blackwell? Yeah. Okay, Mr. Blackwell, as he does every year, I guess. I don't know what else he has to do, but he released his 10 worst-dressed people in America. You know, he is cruel to women. He even put his mother on the list, Bertha Blackwell. He said she flunked the dress code at Kmart. Mr. Blackwell put Barbara Streisand on the worst dress list. Mr. Blackwell said her disguise as a boy was not convincing. Actually, neither is his. You know who was in town yesterday and there was a big mob scene at the Broadway department store here in Los Angeles? Jim Palmer, the pitcher. And you know what he was autographing for people? Jockey underwear. Yeah, he poses for jockey, and people showed up and he is autographing jockey underwear. I didn't put my money in that line. I invested in Tommy Lasorda's skivvies. Well, I don't like to brag. I don't wear the Jim Palmer brand. I wear the Lyle Alzado Industrial Strength shorts. No. You know what the latest trend is for women's underwear? They have a line out, male underwear, Ms. Jockey. How many of you am I making that up? No. Yeah, Ms. Jockey. We've reached full equality of the sexes. Now men can come home, find their wives sitting in jockey shorts drinking beer. Actually, that style was started by a woman designer whose husband found a pair of jockey shorts in her glove compartment. Interesting bit of show business news today. Jerry Lewis, your good friend and my good friend, is receiving France's highest civilian award. Did you know that? Yes. The Legion of Honor. I think Jerry is the only American that the French really like. So if you go to France, you want a tourist tip, and you want to be treated, you know, with a little class in Paris. You wear white socks and put in some buck teeth and walk around.
Hello, Sullivan. How the hell? Hello, Melman. How?
Anyway, tonight, friends, we got a crackerjack show for you and a little prize at the end of the bottom of the box. Oh, we have Mr. Steve Lawrence is here, one of the truly fine singers of song. We have lovely actress Susan Sullivan is here, and very funny gentleman Howie Mandel. So stay where you are, and we'll be back in. We'll be right back.
Bed Warehouse half-off sale. Save on the lowest prices of the year. Half off. Thousands of sofa beds and mattresses in stock, ready for pickup or delivery today. This queen-size Camelback sofa bed compare at $7.99, half off $3.99. A full-size Cranberry sofa bed now $1.99. A queen-size Simmons Maxipedic mattress now $3.99. The largest selection, the lowest prices guaranteed. The Sofa Bed Warehouse half-off sale. No payments till April. Sofa Bed Warehouse in San Francisco, Santa Clara, Fremont, and Pleasant Hill.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doc. We are back. With Steve Lawrence, Susan Sullivan, Howie Mandel. I received a nice prize. Remember I guess it's still cold in the Midwest, right? Nebraska, Minnesota,
yes.
And back east. A few weeks ago it was terribly cold, and I said on the air, I have a nice letter here from the Bowman County Pioneer, which is the local newspaper in Bowman, North Dakota. And they set a record, I guess, for this country some weeks ago. And I mentioned, if you live in Bowman, you're probably hard as a carp. Let me show you the T-shirt. And they made it up. It says, from the hard as a carp people. They set a record. It says, I survived the nation's coldest recorded temperature. This is with a wind chill factor. That's what it was in Bowman. 97 degrees.
Oh.
Yeah, below zero with a wind chill factor. Now that I cannot imagine.
No.
Can you?
No. You can't even go out in that.
Well, I grew up in Nebraska, and, would get 20, 30 below, but 97 degrees below zero? Thank you. The shirt is still cold. Dear Johnny, I've been a loyal fan of you for many years. But where did you ever get that eye on the backdrop of your set? Can you possibly get rid of it? It is hard to watch you. It is hard to watch you with that eye staring at me all night. Now, we never thought of that. We just kind of quietly put it up there.
Subtle joke.
It was just kind of, and not too subtle, I'm beginning to think. It's, it has to do with George Orwell's 1984. Big Brother is watching. And there were a lot of cartoons in the paper, so we just put an eye up there. And I guess it's driving people crazy, because I'm looking at it in the monitor now, and there's this big eye staring at people. Now,
late at night,
we did work up a thing, so I can do this with the eye. Bobby, if you take a close-up, does that help at all? Now, unfortunately, to keep it closed, I have to keep my foot on the device we have under the desk the rest of the show. Otherwise, it's going to be this all night. So we'll leave it open for tonight, and tomorrow we will get rid of the eye. All right? Tomorrow, as you know, is Friday, the 13th. Now, lots of people have... You know what triskaidekaphobia is? That's a legitimate phobia that people have. Triskaidekaphobia is the fear, an unnatural fear of the number 13. That's why if you're in many buildings or hotels, you'll go from the 12th to the 14th floor. Right. There is a 13th floor, of course, but they don't put the number up because people do not like to stay on it. Did you ever notice that in hotels? We looked into some of the more common superstitions to determine their origins.
Right.
Would you like to hear these?
I'd love to hear them, yes. Now, they would as well. Am I not correct? Okay. Well, half and half. Some of them would just go home.
We're going to do. Why do you think a black cat crossing your path is considered unlucky? You ever think of that?
No. Halloween? Anything to Halloween?
No. Black cats were feared because during the Middle Ages, Satan was believed to take the form of a black cat while consorting with witches.
I just said, The inspiration from Manimal.
Break a mirror and have 7 years bad luck. Now, in Rome, they say, it was believed that life renewed itself every 7 years. Since a mirror contained an individual's likeness, when the mirror is broken, the person's health would be broken, or he or she would not get well for 7 years. Knocking on wood. Did you ever do that?
Sure.
As a source of good luck can be traced to ancient times when all the trees were thought to be the abodes of the gods. So people would go by a tree and say, hello there. Good luck. Why do we launch a ship with a champagne bottle?
No idea.
You don't know much, do you?
Let me ask you a question.
Say that. I didn't
Before
know.
You saw this paper, did you know all these things?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them.
Okay. Then you won't need the paper. Superstition in show business. When an announcer takes a script from someone will have 7 years bad luck. And Star Search may also go in there. Good move. All right. That idea stems when human sacrifice provided the blood which dampened the ship. They used to sacrifice somebody when they launched the ship. How would you like to be? Hey, come here. Take a second. Spilling salt. In olden times, salt was regarded as incorruptible, and it became a symbol of friendship. Consequently, overturning a salt shaker represented the breaking of a friendship. Four-leaf clover. Now, the most popular legend is that Eve, upon being ejected from the Garden of Eden, carried a four-leaf clover with her. And I don't know how they found that out. The color red. In the past, red was thought to be especially powerful to ward off danger, and that's why they put red carpets down, I guess, for important people to walk on. Do you know any of these at all? Not at all.
How about throwing rice at a wedding?
No idea.
Well, the showering of rice upon the bride and groom when they leave the church is supposed to bring them good luck, signifying they'll never want for food. I have tons of it.
I know that, yeah.
Wearing the wedding ring on the fourth finger of the left hand. Why do you do that? The wedding ring is placed on the fourth finger of the left hand because of the belief there is a vein that proceeds from the finger directly to the heart.
Oh, yeah, look at it. It's kind of standing up right now.
No, that's the liver spots going on.
Running together.
Running together. We checked out some other
There's more than
lesser-known superstitions that people are not familiar with. You know about werewolves? If you want to kill a werewolf, you use a silver bullet. If you only want to embarrass him, you use a silver whoopee cushion. It is considered bad luck if your wife places her wedding ring on the fourth finger of the left hand of the man who picks up your garbage. That is considered bad luck.
Bad luck.
It is bad luck to sign any legal document that you find tacked to the wall of an army barracks latrine in Tibet. This is not gonna make sense. If a plaid cat crosses your path, you will choke to death on a bagpipe. If you have several small holes in the back of your head, it is unlucky to wear a Lincoln hat. It is bad luck to interrupt a gypsy knife fight by yelling in Hungarian, "Hey, band."
Hey, that's all, folks.
I'm editing these as I go
I
along.
can see that.
Very quickly, I don't want to keep you up here. No,
Is that one left?
not really.
You always usually have one for a solid finish, one that's just a capper of the whole bit, really socko at the end. I always wait for that. I love that, and I know they love it too. The one that kind of caps it off,
Well, then why don't you read it and take full responsibility for it?
I like it, all right. It is bad luck to tell Lyle Alizetto that his sister is built like a brick huddle.
We've been doing this all wrong for years. You should be reading this, and I should be over it. Never thought of that. Think we'll have butter soon, Martha? Yeah. It's the little things that work.
That's right. The unexpected.
That's right. Susan Sullivan is here. I know what I did. That's
What?
called, I was going to say Steve Lawrence.
Yes.
And I jumped to Susan, so I said Stusen. That is called, what do you do when you do that?
Juxtaposition.
I juxtaposed Stephen. Anyway, one of them's going to be out here. I think it's going to be Steve
Lawrence?
Well, I know his last name. Yeah, Steve Lawrence.
I thought you were going to say Steve Sullivan.
No, Steve Lawrence, and then Susan Sullivan. And then Howie Mandel, if they want to come out. Maybe they don't. Been waiting for years to bring this out. We're going to take a break here and gather our thoughts. We'll be right back. Marching along together.
General Johnson here.
Our good friend Steve Lawrence is here to sing for the very first time. You folks are here on a historical night, I guess you could say. He's never sung this before. Didn't I say that?
Yes.
That means for the very first time. National television, coast to coast, in the homes all over this great land, from Maine to California. From Purple Mountain's majesty, oceans white with foam, is his latest single called We're in L.A. and it's going to be released next week.
We're in L.A. L.A.'s the place to be. Although the NYC has songs they play. Los Angeles, the town you really miss. It's nice to come back home from far away. The city where so many stars reside. It's nice to be inside L.A. It gives you the feeling of old Lang Syne, the town of sparkling wine. That's L.A. Stay in the blue. L.A. will capture you. From Universal right down to Malibu. It's often been said that it's cold and damp, but the lady is a champ. L.A. Hollywood is only in one city, the nitty-gritty. Modern times are here at last. The age of the tar pits are in the past. For new generations, the city's sensations, the finest creations are in L.A. Hollywood is only in one city, the nitty-gritty. L.A., the city of angels, was chosen for the Summer Olympics of '84. If I were prolific, I'd be more specific. It's really terrific here in L.A. Here in L.A.
Give me an A. Hey. Oh, boy. Hey.
What a song! What a night! What a song! What an audience!
Historical night. Yes, a historical night.
Nice. Thank you.
That's a historical night for us.
Thank you
See,
very
if Ed
much.
Sullivan was still alive, you'd have debuted that on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Or this might have put him away.
No.
No, this. Yeah, it would be a place to. Yes, it would have been a place to do that. I'm very
There's a
pleased
place for
with this
us.
song. It's a brand new song, and I think it's about time maybe L.A. had a song.
You know, they've had contests for years out here. The city council, I guess, some years ago, put up a prize for somebody
Yes.
who could come in, and there was a lot of junk that came in.
As a matter of fact, I think some time ago, about a year ago, when I was on the show, I did New York, which was quite popular at that time. And we talked about the fact that L.A. did not have a song. And this song came about, and I'm very pleased with it. And it's my
It's
new
nice.
recording, which will be out next week. And
It's,
I'm very excited about it.
bouncy.
Yeah,
Catchy,
it's,
as they say. The disc jockeys
catchy
there.
tune. I think,
Catchy tune.
I think this is going to be a very exciting year for Los Angeles, with the Olympics and all. And
You know, the purists, some people do not like L.A. It's like people who live in San Francisco. If you say to some of them up there, I'm going to Frisco,
oh yeah.
they know it is San Francisco. They don't like that.
I left my heart in San Francisco.
The morning fog will still be.
Why are we doing this?
Beware, little cable cars.
Flying halfway to the stars.
I was...
The morning
The morning fog may chill the air. Still I
don't care. My heart's
Wait there in
San Francisco.
See, if he just said Frisco, that would never work.
No, it would be a...
Try that.
You'd
Without
have
the San
to take
Francisco.
one note out. I
Try
left
that.
my heart in Frisco.
Sounds like Johnny Mathis. Johnny Mathis could do that.
In Frisco.
They would...
Right after this, we will do Humphrey Bogart and Spencer Tracy. We'll be right back.
Sunday, you'll stand up and cheer as Bob Hope entertains in Lebanon with Brooke Shields, Ann Jillian, and Miss USA. Bob Hope in Beirut, Sunday.
Okay. We are back.
Real star, big star.
Have you felt silly this week? I mean, I don't know what it is.
Not particularly. I've noticed that you are
Just-
kind of in a giddy mood tonight.
In a giddy
mood.
In a giddy mood. There is a
Stepping
song,
on
something like that, isn't there?
The giddy mood?
No, a song that goes da 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 da. In a mellow
It's a
mood.
mellow mood. Ba-ba-da-da. Yeah,
Right.
wonderful instrumental.
We seem to be going down memory lane tonight,
Yes.
don't we? Obviously, you went down some other lane. I saw that when you were singing.
Yeah, that's...
I thought it was the old sympathy trick. You know,
silly.
here's a
No,
new
no.
song. Even though I'm injured, I'm going to sing it anyway.
Folks, I hope you buy the record. I'm a veteran. I wish it was something, you know, like romantic and exciting, but we were out at the beach house.
Right.
And a friend of ours over New Year's had sent us a beautiful Scotch salmon, you know, so I was going to make a Sunday brunch for the family. I went out and I got some bagels and cream cheese, and I was slicing a bagel.
Mm-hmm.
And the knife just never stopped. It went right through the bagel, right into the hand. But I handled it rather well. I went, it kind of opened up. It was a gusher. And my two sons and Dick Martin, who lives right next door, they came running in. And
Always good to have
they
Dick
called
Martin when you have this kind of an
Oh,
emergency.
yeah.
What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Yeah,
Well, you
well-
certainly cut yourself, didn't you?
But you'll be happy to hear, at least, Edie quickly phoned the paramedics in Malibu, and I must say that the guys were there in 4 minutes flat, and they came in and they said, oh, my God, it was, you know, blood. I put ice on it and was trying to hold it, and they said, my God, what happened? I said, I was cutting a bagel, and they got hysterical laughing. You know. They figured, you know, show business, I was like slitting the wrists or something, I don't know. You know. So
you had stitches. I mean, this was not...
8 stitches I took in the palm. They rushed me to Malibu emergency.
Malibu.
They operated on my tongue.
Yes,
I
I
think
saw. The
couldn't
emergency.
talk it right, yeah.
Emergency.
And just stitching it up, and kids are doing lines. You know, don't worry, Dad, we'll keep you in stitches. And
Right.
the guys sewn me up there, and they did a terrific job, I think.
Yeah.
It comes out Tuesday. And while the guy is sewing me up, I swear to you, a guy comes running in. He says, Doc, you got to come, because a friend of mine and myself, we were hiking in a Malibu canyon, and my friend was bit by a snake in the butt. You got to come quick. And the doc said, I can't come. I'm stitching up a patient here, and I got 2 guys in the waiting room bleeding. And
Mm-hmm.
he said, go back and, you know, wherever the snake bit your friend, just put a little incision there and suck the poison out.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, your friend will die.
Right.
So he said, but can't you come? He said, I can't. You just put an incision with a knife and suck the poison out or he'll die. So the guy ran back and saw his friend. He said, did you see the doctor? He said, yeah. He said, what did the doctor say? The doctor said you're going to die.
Snuck that in, eh?
Happened at the Malibu...
At the
Malibu emergency joke room.
They just removed that joke.
I bought that immediately as soon as you said that.
You know,
Actually happened.
the thing that was wonderful to learn, I must say, you know, it's always like in an unfortunate set of circumstances that you have to learn that thing. But the paramedics, they really are sensational. In particular, every community, I think, has
Right.
it. And those are the areas that, unfortunately, they're trying to cut down in every area with
I
city
agree
cuts
with
and things. The paramedics and the emergency wards. But they were absolutely wonderful out there. The one right behind the
I
Malibu
had them out
colony,
of the-
they
I had
stitched
them
it
out
up.
of
They were
the-
terrific. And fellas, thank you very much.
I had them out of the house last weekend.
Did you have an accident?
No, it's just this lonesome.
You could have called me. I would have cut it and sucked the... You're gonna die!
We'll take a break here. We'll be right back. Stay where you are. Took you right in, didn't it? My next guest is a very lovely, most talented actress, very pretty. She's one of the stars of the hit series Falcon Crest, which, as they say, appears on another network. Would you welcome Susan Sullivan? Susan Sullivan.
Hi.
Lovely. How are you, Susan? That's what I said a while ago.
Fine, Tom.
Called you. Didn't have the nerve to do it, did you?
I didn't have the nerve to do it. I'll tell you, I thought about it. I ran into Johnny, or Johnny ran into me, with my hair teased out to the max, looking really like a fright wig, and I should have come out. I mean, what
I
the
just said,
heck? I'm
I
trying
said,
to
have you
change
got
my
enough nerve
image.
to walk out that way? You know, women always sit and get everything together, and I just thought,
Yeah.
just come out with the whole thing askew.
And I'll tell you
Well,
what
that's
would
the
have
right word,
happened
you're
is that probably nobody would have noticed, and I would have really been depressed.
Wasn't there a period where women were wearing
Yeah,
it that way? I mean,
yes.
with the crazy curls, and it was supposed to be, they went to a hairdresser to pay a lot of money to look like they didn't do their hair.
Yeah.
Now, I never understood that. Why?
Well, it's, who knows, John? It's trends.
Yeah.
Trends.
What is it about women and their hair? We weren't going to talk about this, but why not?
Okay.
Why is it so important?
Oh.
I hear more women say, I've got to go to the hairdresser, my hair isn't right, and they're always complaining.
I think, you know what I think it is? I think it's part of masks, part of wanting to have a little something around you to protect you from the world.
Never looked at it that way.
Doesn't that sound depressing?
Do you feel protected?
I feel more protected. Well, I am definitely a slightly different person when I have makeup on and have my hair done. Slightly different. I'm completely different when I have makeup on and my hair done and beads and shoulders than I am without any makeup.
Why? You feel that that's the real you and you're just
No,
not
I
hiding,
don't
or
feel
what?
that's the real me. I feel then that you have to sort of live up to your clothes and your hair.
Oh.
And you sort of women understand that. Well, men too. When you're in a tuxedo, men change when they're in a tuxedo.
Yeah, but men all look the same in a tuxedo. Women always say to men,
true.
you look so wonderful. And you're 22,000 guys standing around looking exactly the same. Yeah.
Well, does that tell you anything?
Yeah, it tells us we're crazy.
Well, how do you feel about women? I mean, do you like women?
I like women. I've always liked women.
Well, how do you feel about them with a lot of makeup or little makeup or?
I think it depends on the lady herself. I think some women can wear very little makeup, you know, and look stunning. Whatever works for you.
Well, now that you're single and
Yes.
But,
No, I don't judge a girl by what kind of makeup she wears.
no, I'm sure you don't.
what
I
do you
wasn't
judge her
going to
by?
What?
What do you judge her by?
Her needs, her wants,
Her humanity. Well, but how do you
her
feel
tolerance,
about
her understanding, her love, her consideration, her generosity,
God, what a guy.
her car,
What a guy. Anyway,
her feelings, emotions, depth of compassion,
do you feel that...
her kindness. Just a few of the things.
I see. Okay, well, I'm
You
not
seem
going
more
to-
calm tonight than you were. You used to say that when you came on this show, you were very nervous.
I was a wreck.
Why?
I was a wreck. And as a matter of fact, seeing Steve Lawrence, the
We were
first
on, yes,
time
first time,
I
yeah.
ever did this show, which was years ago in 1977, Steve
First
and Edie
time
were
I
on.
ever did this show.
I was in the green room, and I was so nervous.
Her forgiveness.
For forgiveness. For forgiveness. Oh, forget the green room.
Go ahead, I didn't mean to.
No, it's all right. It's just that I was in the green room, and I was so nervous that at one point I
Her
stood
desires.
up
Her desires.
and expressed my desires.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this. It's infinitely more interesting
I
than
know,
whether
I
I'm
didn't-
nervous or not.
I-
But I'm not nervous anymore. And I'm not as funny as I used to be.
Oh, yes,
because
you
I'm
are.
not. You think so?
Yes, you are.
How do you feel about funniness in
Funny, I forgot.
Funny.
that. Sense of humor. Sense of humor.
Do you,
Go ahead.
no, I
No.
think a sense of humor is very important. I think a sense of humor is very important for a woman.
Thanks.
Do you?
Keeping the flow going very nicely here.
I think sense of humor is important. Do you like big boobs?
This should not be... Let's don't have this thing degenerate into a cheap traveling carnival.
I don't think that's cheap traveling.
How big? Forgive us.
How do you feel about arthritis?
That's silly.
Yes, it is.
We're being silly tonight.
Yes, but it's all right. It's sort of the flow.
Isn't it?
Do you think that there are... No, but I think this is an interesting conversation. Do you feel that there are any patterns in the kind of women that you're attracted to?
Yes. Yes, that is true.
What?
They seem to leave. I want somebody to arrive. No, I know. But this is a pattern. I don't know. Sure, funny for you. You got the paramedics. What a weekend. How about you? Let's talk about you.
I like New York in June. How about you? What? You do requests.
What, the fellows you go with? You're single, lady, right?
Yeah.
You're single. Never been married.
Never been married.
What kind of fellows?
Well, you know, I'm in this little transitional period, which I sort of assumed you were in, but I may be wrong.
Always in transition.
You're both kind of loose now.
Not got enough problems.
I'm into arriving.
You're into arriving. Right, good. New girl on track 18. Right. Look, I'm not... Really silly. Really silly. Look, I think I asked you a question, didn't I? I mean, what kind of fellows appeal to you?
Oh. Well, no, I was going to say that I'm not sure anymore. I know that sounds a little strange, but...
Do you find me terribly attractive?
I have always found you very attractive. I mean that very sincerely.
Oh, I'm just now it's teasing a question like that. It begs that kind of an answer.
But as I said, I'm in this time of transition.
Neatness. I forgot neatness. Neatness. Girls should be neat. We're going to take a break. We're going to be back here again in just a moment.
I'd like you to meet the family. Notice? No daddy. We split up years ago. And just like that, I didn't have any credit. Even though I had a good job making good money. Fat chance, I figured, getting a home loan from a big outfit like Home Savings. But Lauren, the loan consultant, said their loan had features that would help me qualify. I did. And this place was mine. Ours.
It's people like Elizabeth Bradley who make Home Savings $19 billion strong.
If you were to ask me what the perfect credentials are to qualify for a home loan, I honestly couldn't tell you. Here at Home Savings, we try to look at each individual on his or her own merits. Like Elizabeth Bradley, working full-time, raising 2 kids. She needed a loan that fit a single income. Our low rate and 40-year maturity worked out just right. She really wanted that house. We really wanted her to have it.
It's people like Lauren Jeffers who make Home Savings $19 billion strong.
We are back. Thank you, Doc. Okay, my next guest. Warmth. Warmth is important. Howie's one of the stars of St. Elsewhere, which is seen on Wednesday nights on NBC. He also works as a stand-up comedian. Would you welcome Howie Mandel? Howie Mandel. How you doing?
Not too bad. I just got this hat.
Yeah? But I didn't see it.
Look at it. It's from the shuttle. Guy, this hat has actually been in space. The guy gave it to me.
You serious?
It's really been in space. Think of that.
Was it one of the astronauts that...
No, it's just, I don't know why it was there, but space.
Yeah.
The final frontier.
Yeah.
To boldly go where no man has ever gone before.
Yeah.
Think about that.
And
that's where that's been.
And that hat has been there.
It's been there.
Can I just...
No.
Well...
Go ahead.
Weighs next to nothing, I suppose. My gosh, that's kind of nice.
I just got that, so I promised the guy I'd wear it on the show because he gave it to me.
Would you like to do that sometime? Go to outer space?
No. Well, my agent got me a booking once, close to there.
One of those kind of agents, huh?
Well, a travel agent.
Yeah. we mentioned St. Elsewhere. Now that's a medical show. Mr. Lawrence had injured himself, called the paramedics. By working on a show like that, because you have to learn something about medicine, I assume, what would you have done if you had...
Well, our show is one of the most realistic shows on television, I think. I mean, I don't mean to be taking anything away from the Smurfs, but...
You're talking about reality.
Maybe I'm biased, you know, but we have a full technical advising staff. We have doctors and things, so I learn stuff. I know medical things. I know what to do if a guy comes into the emergency room with a gunshot wound to the chest. I know what to do.
What do you do?
You get D5 lactated Ringer's colloids, O-negative blood, an intubation tray with a 22-centimeter endotracheal tube, an open thoracotomy tray, and 2 number 16 central intravenous catheters and a mass-suit stat, right? And then... No, don't applaud. I'm wrong.
Oh, that's not...
I was wrong.
That was the wrong diagnosis?
I think so.
What was that diagnosis for?
I'm not... oh, yeah, if you cut yourself with a bagel.
With a bagel? That's what you did.
Space. You should do a space movie. I was thinking about that. Steve and E.T.
He'll use it. I wonder where I'm going to hear that next.
E.T. from Vegas.
Did you do silly voices as a kid? Most comedians who do comedy started out in school doing, you know, silly sounds.
I do silly sounds as a kid, and now it's my job.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid for it. I mean, that's
right.
I do that in my act. I do voices in my act. I do impressions of voices too.
Yeah.
I do Brooke Shields when she was just a little baby. I do that.
I never heard that.
Okay. The only thing that comes between me and my Calvins is caca.
What are we... Is this your stuff?
Yeah, this is my stuff.
I couldn't figure out what I says, this can't be a new sponsor.
I've been experimenting. Want to see one of the experiments I'm working with?
Yeah.
I like movies. I was talking about... You like 3D movies?
Love them.
Okay, look at this. I hope it works. I was testing it at home with my wife.
You got the 3D glasses?
Yeah. Put these on.
Okay.
Put these on. I hope it works. I don't know. It worked at home.
Okay.
It worked at home, and I hope it works here. All right. Okay.
Looked like it came right at me.
It worked.
What is this?
I was in New York. I was just in New York. My first time. I was playing a club there, Caroline's, and I was there. It's my first time spending any time there.
Yeah.
It's different there. I'm from Canada, so I
didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm from Toronto, but there they have so many people in the street. I don't know what that means. Yes. Anyways, I was walking on the streets, and you notice things in New York that you don't notice other places about people. Like apparently in New York, maybe it's here because you don't see people, it's not necessary to have 2 people to carry on a conversation.
That's true.
That's true. And then you come shop in New York, I bought this. You buy things in New York you can't buy other places. I bought this. They're only $80.
What a steal.
I bought 10 of them.
Got him.
I'm gonna start a lodge.
Yeah. Grab them quick, huh?
Do that. Over.
What is that?
You can be in the lodge if you...
Very good, Alan. How do you do that?
You're in.
Yeah.
We do our... Be in the lodge.
Okay.
I bought one of those, you know those change counters, those electronic change counters? So I always come home at the end of the day with a lot of change. I don't know if you, and I always have trouble counting them. So I bought those in New York. Can you get a shot of this on the desk? All the change? Can they get that?
Sure, Bobby. We have a...
Or should I put it there?
No, we got it right there.
Oh, you got it.
Got it right there.
I got one of those electronic change counters I bought in New York. You can't get them any other place. Okay. Ran out of batteries. Batteries. Okay, 20, 25. Cheaper than the elephant hat.
Modern technology. We'll be right back. Hey, this has been fun tonight. You're a very amusing guy.
Thanks.
Would you come back and do the show again with us?
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll see you on St. Elsewhere.
And April 17th, I'll be over there.
With those fellas, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. St. Elsewhere is on NBC, of course.
Yeah, Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock. Be there.
Yeah. Make his day. Thank you, Susan, for being here.
You're welcome.
You were just wonderful. It was crazy tonight. And Steve?
Pleasure.
What
Lovely
can
to
I
see you,
say
John.
after I say I'm sorry? Tomorrow night, Susan Sarandon, Brooke Shields at her real age, Carol Wayne and the mighty Carson Art Players. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.
Next on Late Night with David Letterman, meet comedian Jay Leno. Tomorrow on Friday Night Videos, rock to new videos by Quiet Riot and The Pretenders, plus the new John Lennon video.